ASEAN and India looking to elevate their strategic partnership. Foreign ministers are wrapping up their special dialogue in New Delhi. And talks have focused on boosting ties between the Southeast Asian bloc and India. But security in the Indo-Pacific and Russia's war in Ukraine have also been on the agenda. India's Foreign Minister S Jaishankar has met with ASEAN members individually as well. Plus, New Delhi and Jakarta have inked agreements on trade and combating drugs. Well, Ishan Garg joins us live now from New Delhi. Ishan, what have been the major outcomes of this special ASEAN-India Foreign Ministers meeting?
Well, there was a lot on the table to discuss, but three main things that the meeting has focused on. The first one has been regional security and cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region. There was a mention of ensuring that international rules and laws and UN conventions, especially UN conventions of the seas, are observed in the Indo-Pacific area. And this is something that experts in India are saying that is an indication towards controlling China's influence, especially in South China Sea. The second has been trade. India and ASEAN countries have discussed at length how can they both enhance their trade partnership, making sure that the ASEAN-India free trade area is utilized to its maximum potential. In a joint statement, they have said that there's going to be an effort to ensure that the bureaucracy is cut down, the red tapeism is cut down, and that the ASEAN countries and India are brought together not only by geographical and physical bridges, but also using the digital medium. And finally, the pandemic. There has been talks of enhancing cooperation on vaccine production, vaccine distribution, and finally, and not the least important, of course, has been the discussion on climate change, with both India and ASEAN countries saying that they want to move towards renewable energy, and they both agreeing that they will help each other achieve that target of transitioning more towards renewable energy than conventional ones.
Well, Ishan, help us understand the significance of New Delhi pursuing stronger ties with the regional bloc at this time. Why now?
Well, India has been focusing a lot on what it calls its Act East policy. This is a policy under which India wants to move away from its traditional partners, decrease its reliance on traditional partners, and look towards its immediate neighborhood in terms of maintaining trade ties. And this becomes especially important right now because India has been trying to reduce its trade dependence on China. And that's why ASEAN becomes a very important bloc to deal with. There's also the question of strategic presence. Experts say that no country in the world can have a strategic presence in the Indo-Pacific without having ASEAN countries at the very focal point of it. And lastly is the question of maintaining and rather building up a multipolar world order. This is something that India has talked about for the past decade. It does not believe in the hegemony of few countries. So it wants to build up a multipolar world order, and ASEAN countries play a very important role there. But one of the notable exceptions was the exclusion of Myanmar. Myanmar wasn't really included in these dialogues, and that also sends another message that India is perhaps trying to woo ASEAN nations more than it is trying to woo its very immediate neighbor, Myanmar.
Well, many thanks for those updates, Ishan Garg in New Delhi.